UndraftedFreeAgent.com. I'm Chris McKee. Today we're going to talk about 10 Canadian players to watch from mid-major programs heading into the 2021 season. These aren't necessarily the 10 best Canadians playing at mid-majors. These are just 10 guys I really like that I think are going to have an impact, so keep a lookout for this. Number 1, Keyshawn Saunders, sophomore guard at Toledo. He's from Brampton, Ontario. I know Keyshawn a little bit. Did the play-by-play for the last 2 years of his high school up at Orangeville Prep. This guy is a beast. Above average speed. Really good first step, but this guy's just one of those guys who will do anything and anything to put the ball in the basket. Reminds me of a sort of Lou Dort, a little bit lighter, where Lou's just they call him the beast, where he'll take that ball to the hoop, draw contact, draw fouls, plays a little bit old school. Like Keyshawn would have been a good player in the Big East back in the 80s and 90s. He's that kind of guy, tough guard, lethal shooter, so big year for him in the MAC. Number 2, Steph Smith out of Ajax. He plays for Vermont, heading into his senior season. First team All-American East last year. Tested the NBA draft waters this season. He's a really good player. I don't think he's NBA ready. Maybe after another big year this year, because you go back and look at who he preceded. Trey Bell-Haynes. Trey, player of the year in the conference, first team. And I don't know if he's got quite the accolades as Trey Bell-Haynes, another Canadian, but Steph's a damn good player. Watch out for him to have a big season for the Catamounts. Number 3, Daniel Sackey, guy out of Winnipeg. He's playing for Valpo. I know Daniel a little bit, did the play-by-play for some of his high school games at Thornley. Moved from Winnipeg to Toronto in order to get a little bit more exposure. This guy has the quickest first step I've ever seen of any high school player. College-wise, you can see it. Now, he's 5'9", so the height is that's his downfall, but his explosiveness, he can shoot. He's really good, kind of getting the ball around, gets his teammates makes his teammates a lot better, So watch out for Daniel Sackey of Valpo, big year. Now another guy, we don't even know if they're going to play at Harvard. Has said they're not going to play, but we'll see. Lucas Sakota at Harvard, sophomore. Love Luca. Again, another guy that I did his high school games up at King's Christian out in Oakville. Luca's got pro potential. Elite shooter, good ball handler, really sharp. Goes to Harvard. Obviously, he's a sharp kid. A bunch of Canadians at Harvard, so hopefully they can figure out a way to play this year, or at least in early 2021. Number 5, Jaylen Llewellyn, another Princeton guy. Harvard said they're not playing. We'll see if Princeton plays, but Jaylen called one of his high school games. He's a Canadian, but playing for Virginia Episcopal. They came up here. Really like Jaylen's game. Look out for him. Number 6, Josip Vrancic, Santa Clara. Now, Santa Clara's got a bunch of Canadians, Jaden Bediako, Miguel Tomley, obviously the history with Steve Nash. Spoke to their head coach, Herb Sendek, a few months back over the summer, and he's expecting big things from all the Canadians, especially Josip. Look for him. He's going to be in the mix for West Coast Conference Player of the Year. Was an all-conference selection last year, 12.5 points, 5.4 rebounds. This guy's played 92 games for Santa Clara. Experienced guy. Look for him to have a big season. Another guy that I love, Ben Hendricks, Ball State sophomore, 6'10". I've called Ben's games for, from when he was in grade 10 to his senior year up at Orangeville Prep and Athlete Institute. Ben, great kid, sharp kid, from a great family. Spoke to James Whitford, the Ball State head coach, again over the summer. He's expecting things from Ben this year, so look out. Ben Hendricks, another guy in the MAC. He's a physical guy, man. He can take it to the hoop, play defense, good athlete, former hockey player who just grew too big, so keep a lookout for him. Another freshman, Coleman Stuka, Northeastern. Coleman, I think, has pro potential. Okay, this guy's a guard forward, 6'7", can shoot from anywhere in the gym, literally. Had high major offers, chose Northeastern because he likes the academics and fit. One of his teammates, Alex Nawaga, another Canadian down there, keep an eye out for. But Coleman, right off the bat, expect all-conference type of player. And I think at some point throughout his career in Boston for Northeastern, this guy's going to be player of the year in the conference. NBA potential, remember the name. Another guy, Valpo, Ben Crickey, or as they say in Australia, Crickey. Valpo guy, 6'9", sophomore forward, was speaking with some of his coaches, Luke Gore, down at Valpo, and he says NBA guys have been in, taking a look at him. They're expecting big things from Ben this year. I think he's going to be on my preseason All-Canadian list, so Ben Crickey at Valpo. Played in 33 games as a freshman, averaged 6.7 points, so expect those numbers to go up. And then lastly, one of my favorite players ever, Shamara rathan-mayes. He's a freshman with Youngstown State. Now it's remained to be seen if he's going to play or they're going to redshirt him, but You obviously may be familiar with his older brother, Xavier, who started with Florida State from 2014 to 17, former All-ACC guy, played in the NBA with Memphis, and has been in the G League, tearing up the G League, so hopefully Xavier get another shot in the league. But as for Shamara, this guy is one of the toughest guys you ever see on the court, 6 foot, so a little undersized, but man, this guy's an absolute beast. Watch for him to be a key player for Youngstown State over the next couple of years. I'm Chris McKee. Don't forget, click the subscribe button. Check out undraftedfreeagent.com. Hit me up on Twitter at Mr. McKee. And we're trying to develop the Undrafted Free Agent social, so drop a like and we'll build that over the next couple of months.